Hey guys, I know it's getting late. It's also Wednesday, so I'm upholding my promise to you. Now, I've been thinking that's one of the most important things that'll get you through anything is being able to think. If you can think about your situation, think about what's going on with you, you'll be able to succeed. You'll be able to get through anything you want to get through. Nothing will hold you back. There'll be there'll be all sorts of things that can be thrown your way, and you'll be all right. You'll be able to get through what's going on. So, thinking is probably the most important skill that'll get you through life. Learning will help you think more effectively, and learning will help you think more critically. Now, I'm over here at my buddy Austin's house. We've been discussing some business and everything like that. We may or may not hear from him later. But it's about thinking critically. He detailed that van earlier. So, again, it's about thinking critically. What can I do? What can I figure out? What can I solve? We always hear it's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of resourcefulness. And that's absolutely true. I don't have a fancy camera, I'm still shooting on my cell phone, but that's alright. I'm being resourceful, not relying on my resources, or rather, I'm being resourceful with the resources I have. And that's what's important. So, that's how it's really gonna break down and make a difference and make an impact in your life is when you're able to sit there and think critically. When you're able to go from one idea to the next, articulate it, and be able to really hmm, when you're able to go from one idea to the next and not really lose anything. Kind of like I just did right there. You're able to thinking allows you to be more flexible. Okay, so it's hot right now. I'll bring out a fan, or I'll fan myself. That's being resourceful. That's being creative. There's something that we can do that's going to bring out more for us. There's something that we can do that's gonna bring us more happiness, more joy, more money, whatever it is. There's just one more thing. And think about it. If you could do one thing 65 times a day and it would bring you $78,000, would you do it? Hmm? I would. If it took you an hour or less, would that be a better idea? Hmm? If you do one thing 65 times a day and it took you less than an hour, it would take you a little over an hour, maybe not, to make $78,000 a year. How hard is that? How simple is that? And I'm sure you've got something that you can do. I know I've got plenty that I can do that is going to be able to do that. Because that's as simple as being able to provide something that's worth $100 65 times a month. A month. So, for rough math, we'll say that's 3 times a day. 65 times a month. I know earlier I said 65 times a day. I was mistaken. And that's why I think that thinking, that is probably the single most valuable asset that you can ever, or skill that you can ever have. And then as you learn to critically think, that's really going to make things explode. It's going to make things really be able to scale, whether it's bringing more joy to your life, bringing more fulfillment, bringing more of anything. Thinking is what's going to be able to do it. How does this work? Why does that do this? It's thinking. And that'll also tell you what you can learn and what you need to learn. And that's what told me I've needed to learn. That's also what's helped me turn a business from being on the chopping block, going to be shut down. Well, not a business, but a store. From being on the chopping block, being shut down, to running record numbers. So it's helped me to be able to take a business from the side of a garage to having multiple locations. It's thinking. So what's one thing that you can think about and focus on that's really going to help you like it did me? I thought about it in 2020 when everything was going sideways. $20 worth of the window paint, window chalk stuff that you always see around graduation time. Saved a store because of thinking. What can that do for you?